about yourself.
Hey, my name is Goldkey, part of Dream House Battle League. Pleasure being here on the show. And yeah.
And Faith.
Oh, what's good? I go by Face. You know what I'm saying? Money Market Records. Yeah.
All right. And so today we're going to start with a question. And I'm going to start with... Okay. So do you feel like... So this is about relationships, like I said, just be random. But do you think, like, if you're going through something, do you think a woman can help you in your healing journey? Like, if you're going through a lot, do you think a woman can be the cause of you, becoming better, or like, going through a journey, a process with a person? Or you feel like you're one of, some people be like, oh, I don't want to be with a person. I got to fix myself first before I'm in a situation. Do you feel that way, or do you think you're able to do it with a person?
Is this woman that you're currently with, or just
Just in general, how can she support you? Like, if you're with a person, how can they support you in your healing process?
Yeah, they can, because I believe a woman has a lot of intangibles and things that they naturally possess that men have a hard time coping with.
So give a little example of that. Like, what do you mean by that?
A lot of times, I believe if I'm talking to my male friends about a certain thing, it's more so like, yeah, man, there's not much.
It's not deeper.
Yeah, it's not deep.
Yeah.
It's not much enoration,
Right.
Included with that. But with a woman, she really kind of breaks it down in a different perspective. You're like, wow, I didn't think about it like that.
Right.
So I think in many ways that's beneficial.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your Faith?
What was the question?
The question is, how can a woman help you in your healing process?
I feel like, all she could really do is be patient, because I feel like you gotta go through your own healing process for yourself. I don't think a person
can do it for you. Okay, so when it comes to women, men, and relationships, how do you feel about, so if you are you married?
No.
Or you're okay? But how would you feel if if whenever you want to get married and you do, right, and you tell your homeboys like you want to be like the groomsmen, or what is that what there is for, like, bridesmaids? It's the groomsmen. What if he tells you that he's gonna get married like a week before your wedding? Would you be insulted, or how would you take that? If he's supposed to be in your wedding, and then he call you, he's like, hey, me and her, I decided to get engaged with her, but we're gonna have our wedding a week before yours, so I won't be able to be in your wedding. How would you feel about that?
Well, first and foremost, I can't dictate anybody's decisions, right? So
Right.
for me, if that's the person that he's like in love with, and that's his soulmate, and that's who he wants to be with for the rest of his life, I can't really be mad at that. Especially if I'm doing it myself.
Right. More so, it's like the timing, right?
The timing.
Yes.
And I would
How would you handle it?
maybe I'll be a little slighted because, obviously weddings take time to plan
Right,
and stuff
right.
like that. So I'm guessing months and months ahead of time.
Right.
And if all of a sudden he pops up and say, "Oh yeah, I'm having my wedding a week
from yours," right?
There wasn't no consideration
For you at all.
Yeah, no.
No.
So at that point, now you got to question some other things possibly.
Right. What about you?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just thought it was foul. Like, it was actually a woman I was asking Chris, but she literally did her wedding. Like, she's supposed to be one of, I think she was like her bridesmaid, not the little people, but the main person, the maid of honor or whatever. And she was like, she's like, oh, I won't be able to be in your wedding because he proposed to me, and now my wedding is a week before yours. I feel like that's where the difference with women and men, because I would have been like, this is not my friend. I don't want to talk to her no more. I wouldn't be like rational about it, because I feel like that's being shady. So
I would just probably be like, damn, and just try to find a replacement.
A replacement, yeah. I already would be. I would be petty about it. I'm not coming to your wedding.
Right.
I'm gonna tell people you're shady and trifling for what you did to me.
Damn.
Yeah, that's all of it.
Yeah, I would, by me just distancing myself and them not hearing from me would be that would be enough indication, like, oh yeah, something's up.
Up with it, okay.
So
Because that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Because that's not that doesn't just happen. You don't just wake up like this. Most people pick a date that's like significant to them. Like it's not like I'm just gonna pick June 21st, 2023. Like there's a reason they pick that day. It's either closer to the summertime, or you want a fall wedding, or you want a spring wedding, or you want the rain on you, so you in the winter. Like people pick specific times when they want to get married. So I just thought that was really kind of shady. But so this is the story part of it. So I want to hear a story of the most out of line thing somebody has done to you. A partner, a friend, a situation. The most craziest, like the most out of line thing that you could even imagine.
Okay. For me, but this goes way back. What did I say in my adulthood? I never forget. That was my freshman year in high school, right? Mm-hmm. And so I moved to a new city, and my whole neighborhood is new. Like they literally still building houses.
Right.
And I meet this guy, and everything was cool. Like the whole summer we was cool. You know what I mean? Everything was good. Then when school started, that's when things shifted, right? Mm-hmm. Things shifted. You know, he met some people, I met some people. Now all of a sudden, how they say nowadays, he my op now. That's what it seemed like, right? So me being me, I'm like, I ain't gonna entertain. I'm just I like to just distance myself.
Yourself,
after
no drama.
I don't get into the whole confrontational stuff, right? So now he noticed that. So I think there was what really hit the fan is when like we was at the basketball court. My boys came and got me. They was like, "Yo, we playing at the court, da da da." You come, I was like, "I don't know," because Buddy down there, he's like, "Man, no, bro, we just chilling, bro. We already talked, whatever." I'm like, "All right, cool." So coincidentally, we end up getting on the same team, right? Mm-hmm. So mind you, we playing like we just playing, you know, whatever. Incident happens. He said something, and you know what I'm saying, I jaw back at him. It was like almost went to blows, but you know, both parties like held each other back. So I'm walking up my street, like I'm walking back to my street. Mm-hmm. They walking, like the guys that I met too during school, walking with him, like, yo, yeah, da da da, this and that. And I was so heartbroken because I was like, man, this was I thought we was like really tight friends, for real. Right. And I never experienced nothing like that where the type of person I am, I don't have no envy, no type of stuff like that against nobody.
You actually care, you care.
And I cared. And for them guys to do that and for him to do that, it was just something that hit me. It really affected me from that. I think I was 15 at the time. And it just really.
But you start to see like what people's true intentions are though when you see them around other people, or like people be in your face and then some different scenery and all of a sudden they're not who they really say you are.
Right.
Because I always say to people, like, I have some friends that I tell them all the time, like, these people are not your friends. Like, I'm the truth teller in the friends. Like, I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear for the benefit of me just telling you what you want to hear. Like, I have friends that we be on the phone and they tell me shit, I be like, that girl's not your friend. She's not your friend.
That's
that girl
real.
She's not your friend.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Because you can see through other people's envy for those people. You know what I mean? Like, when you have genuine intention or good intentions for people and you see, oh, this person's just making these comments, or this girl's saying this, like, what's up? Like, what? Why are you, you know? But you also have to, like, we live in a world now, instead of like, hey, how can I get like you? You teach me. It's more like I'm going to hate on him because I'm too scared to, well, I'm afraid that he's going to actually succeed in what he's doing. So I'd rather hate than actually be a part of it. Yeah. And I have no idea why that is, but you tell me your story.
I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I hate to be like the drama queen, but a lot of fucked up shit happened to me from people.
Yeah.
But I would say like something that was significant to me was my cousin trying to talk to my ex-wife. When at the time we was
that's foul.
We wasn't married at the time. We was just boyfriend girlfriend, but Yeah, I would say that was the most foulest thing that actually bothered me. Like, a lot of times shit just be rolling up my back.
Right.
But yeah, but that shit bothered me. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't believe it because, like, we grew up together. We went to the military together. You know what I'm saying? And then you do this shit to me. That shit fucked me up. And then you got the nerve to tell me, oh, you was just trying to test her out, nigga. We testing out each other girls, nigga.
Yeah,
like,
that's some weird
crazy.
shit. What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, and that's something that I will always remember. Like, I never really let that go. But yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
But you know what sucks though? Like, it's be the people that are close to you. Because a girl, I won't say this is the most fucked up because there's been like a few things, but this is the one that like I remember because it's so odd to me. But this girl, like, she remember, do y'all remember like the song was like Kick, like the little app?
Yeah, the Kick joint.
Yeah, okay. So we was in high school and we was cool, like we was friends, whatever. We was cool. She and I, we were cool, whatever. She created a page with my name, my picture, and she knows me, like, you know, my birthday, she know where I'm from, where I live, you know what I'm saying?
Created some shit.
She know me though, like, it's like, you know.
She made it for you, or she
for herself, but me.
Wow.
Does that make sense? It's like me.
She was catfishing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, but my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like you think
good.
you're talking to me, but you're not talking to me. So I'm not thinking nothing up because I have my own kick. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my own thing, and so I get a message from some nigga, and he was like, "What's up with you? You know, we were talking for 3 months, and all of a sudden you ghosted me." I'm like, I was confused. And I'm in high school, so it's like I'm confused. I'm like, I'm not talking to this guy because I don't know him. He said, "Isn't your name Sarah Sophia? Aren't you from Ethiopia? Isn't this your birthday?" I'm like,
wow.
What the fuck? I was like,
Right.
and then you got me. I'm thinking that I really ghosted this nigga because I don't remember, and he's sending me screenshots.
Oh.
I'm over here looking at my phone like,
am I doing this shit in my
am
sleep?
I
Really?
Cause you
I have a memory problem.
am I like for real? Like I'm over here questioning myself. Like, did I do this or did I? And this is where it gets kind of like, this is where I think it's a funny situation because she didn't even try to lie about it. She's like, remember I told you that this. No, I don't remember you telling me that you pretended to be me to be with this nigga because he was a known when he met you in person that me and you are not the same people. And so, but I was just like, that day, I think I was like, I gotta pay more attention to this bitch. I gotta make sure that I don't be telling too much information because, I mean, he knew me, bruh. Like, he knew me. Like, we've been talking on the phone, apparently. Like, it's been, I mean, I understood his perspective. I was like, he really thought that I was being like a bitch to him. Like, he was like, what's up with you? We was just da-da-da. But that's my fucked up story.
That's crazy.
It was foul.
And how do you even... Because now you got to go back and tell this guy that thinking he talking like, yo, unfortunately somebody took my information and pretended to be me.
Yeah.
And now that's
that's
messed up.
But that's why it's like with girls, it's just kind of weird. Like, I don't know.
There's a lot of people that's just weird.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think like social media really brought a lot of that stuff to the forefront.
Yeah,
like,
that's really true. Though.
Yeah, because those people been thinking crazy.
Yeah,
like they be right next to you, and you be like, the motherfucker hate your guts. Like, but the social media really exposed them because now they putting how they feel, and then you be looking at shit, you be like, oh.
That's it. But have y'all ever been catfished though?
Me personally, nah. At least from what I know.
That's all I can say.
I haven't did like, I wasn't like a dating.
No, it wasn't even dating. Literally,
well,
let me give
like,
you a story. Like, I was on Instagram. This girl, what was weird about it is, it was a person. Like, she hit me up, and I was like, hey, you know, like, cause girls, it's easier than men. I don't know how y'all become friends with people, but girls, we can be on social media and be like, oh, you're cute, you're pretty, or I like this about you, and you just be social media friends. You're not really friends, but we like each other's pictures. You know, we might communicate. Like, I have a couple of people like I do that with. And so this girl and I, like, we're texting on Instagram. We just cool, whatever. But she's not the girl in the picture. It actually some girl I actually went to school with.
Wow.
And I found that out because this picture was being used for another profile, and that profile contacted me, and I was confused, and it's like, this is a person. Like, I wasn't even, I just don't even know, but it was just so odd. Like, it was weird because that person who had that page really knew me. but it wasn't the person that was on the picture. And it started, you could kind of tell the pictures, how it was looking and how the conversations went. It was weird. And so, but yeah, that's happened to me apparently.
Yeah, you got some catfish
Yeah,
experiences.
Yeah, sorry.
And I think a lot of times, social media now, when you mix social media with insecurities, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. Because now you got and it was so crazy though. The top models, for people who don't know, these IG models that be getting 200,000 likes and all that, they be the most depressed for real.
Oh yeah, the
But nobody wants
photographers
to
know.
admit
They don't
that.
want to say
They
that.
don't want to say
Photographers
that.
know. They
Well,
they-
shit, the fucking makeup artists who be having to do 7 layers and then fucking take half of the arm off because it don't look right with the other leg, shit like that. But this is the problem, right?
And
One thing you said in the beginning was you have no envy in you. Like you don't look at a person and be like, I want to be that person.
Yeah.
Because what I look at it is like you have a lot of like social media, even when it comes to relationships, right? It's so unrealistic. This guy just decorated a whole room full of, first of all, that nigga didn't do that because it's not something easy. You don't just take petals off. You got prickles on your finger. That's something you pay people to do.
Right.
You literally pay somebody to come decorate your room. You could do that. We regular people could do that. We don't have to be fucking Beyonce, Jay-Z, all them folks to do that. Like you could literally go and get some fake flowers and do that for yourself. But people don't look at behind that. What did he do? Like me, this is how I look at it. Whenever I see something like extravagant when somebody does something, I don't be like, oh, I wish that was me, because I don't know the story. Yeah. I don't know why he's doing this except I don't know why he's doing this. I don't really care to know why he's doing it, but I don't want to be like, I want to be that person, because who knows if he's beating her ass. Because in a couple of these videos, these Instagram models, their people are coming out and saying maybe their husband was abusive. The whole time this nigga had a baby and 3 babies and trying to ship them off to a different country or some shit.
Sad.
Like you have these sad. It's really sad. Yeah. But it also shows you what people are willing to sell for the money aspect. Like if I have money, I want to still be happy though. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of people that are genuinely happy, but I have to work hard every day, and that should be okay too. But we live in this facade and this fake shit where everybody looks at something and want to be there, but you don't know how hard that person worked to be in that position. Exactly. You don't know how long it took that person to even get a little amount
or
of work.
Weird, strange things they had to do.
You don't know nothing, and it's just like one of those things like, I get frustrated when I see shit like that. Or it's like, and it's sad because it's hard not to get wrapped up in it. Yeah. It's hard when you're seeing every other day, or people don't really understand, this nigga got you a car, but you know that's a tax write-off, because everybody be buying cars around fucking November, December. Shit, be like, damn.
Giving them shit away.
It's a story behind all of that.
I get a car all year.
Shit, nah, you got 7 cars, nigga, what are you talking about? So it's like, people don't want to think about the in and outs of it, or how, let's talk about like, even women, they don't think that like you're supposed to have a regular shape. Like all of these women, they on these social medias or whoever's in these not rappers, but like ball players, you know, just any of these out there movie stars or whatever. They don't have realistic women. You have regular women who don't even have a car, but they got their body done. How? You haven't bought a house, but you got your body done. How? Like the priorities are so, unless I'm gonna be a stripper and get more money, I'm not getting my body done. Like y'all getting your body done to go live with your mom. You getting your body done to go work at wherever.
There's no significant reason.
It's tough.
I was told it was for self-confidence.
That's not self-confidence. You gotta lay down, get cut up. But bro, you've been on the plane from Miami. Them bitches laying down.
Facts. They was all laying down. They was sitting backwards on the chair because they can't.
They got how they roll, nigga, because
they can't sit on their ass. They couldn't sit on their ass on the flight from Miami to back to Atlanta. It's like
it's not no.
It's like
you do what you do.
Seven bitches on the flight like this the whole time.
Like, and that's a little couple of hours. Flight.
They have to sit down like this for takeoff. But once they get up, they like that the whole time.
So you telling me they're not embarrassed?
Yeah, they can't really sit.
Nah, they can't. I was laughing like a motherfucker.
But
like
that's
that.
what I'm saying though. Like, but somebody's telling them that. You see what I'm saying? They're looking at social media because even. Go ahead.
I don't think.
What's your?
It's opinion? A lot like what he said. Like it's a fight. That's a battle. I don't know when it's gonna end. But as long as social media is there, now people feel like they have to have a certain image or they have to show a certain thing to be even accepted or get some likes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's a tough battle because some people actually do make money off of it.
Yeah.
But some just, like you said, just watching the ones that make money off of it, and they trying to, you know, portray the same shit, but they don't, like you said, don't know the story.
Right.
So it's tough. That's a tough one.
It
That's a
is,
tough
and it's
one.
also, I think, like you said too, because of social media, it's gonna keep going its own direction. But it's like, I feel like now you don't really have, everything is about how somebody looks.
Right.
It's not about, are they good people, do they have a good heart, you know what I'm
No,
saying,
not at
what
all.
she got going on, like, and also people are not looking at the fact that some of these body modifications, they can't have children probably, because it's gonna be an effect. Some people are taking parts off. I don't know, I'm not a
A
doctor.
kid
I
definitely
can't-
ain't gonna look like them.
It ain't even that
That's what I'm
serious, shorty.
saying.
Take your ass
Hold
to
up,
the gym.
well,
You know what I'm
nah,
Like,
buffets
But it's
look
always a shortcut.
to, well, yeah, to shortcut to whatever.
And you know a lot of it too. A lot of it they don't bring this up, but a lot of it has to do with a healthy lifestyle. The stuff that you consume every day, from lotions to whatever perfume or cologne you wear, that affects your body.
What you put in your hair.
What you put in your hair, everything. A lot, body wise. So
Limit exceeded. Go ahead.
They said what?
It said recording stopped because the limit was exceeded. I just restarted it.
Oh.
But you're right though. You are 100% right. But like even what you said about the body and like what they put out, like you don't exercise, if you don't eat after you get the body done, or how you said it doesn't look like it. This man sued his wife, like this Asian lady.
yeah.
No, dead ass. It was court. Like this was like real
'Cause of the
life
kids?
shit. Because he was an attractive man. He thought he met an attractive woman.
Right.
He didn't know that she's had her body modified, her face modified, her eyelashes, fucking my eyes.
Oh, that's.
Because she's Asian, so her eyes was like, I guess,
Damn, man.
whatever
She
the
had
case
her.
is.
She had surgery to have it
Lift
slanted
them?
differently.
Yes.
So she
She did
yeah.
all that, so they had a kid. You know what the kid looked like?
Her old self.
Her old self. So he went to court and sued
Kid
her for
ugly as hell,
impersonation of like he said he was catfish basically. In other words,
I feel like that's legit.
he won the case,
No,
so it was
yeah.
legit. He won because he said I did not know this is because he's like because he said my kid he thought she cheated on him because the kid was that. I mean that's really fucked up because you know all kids are cute.
Of course, but
all
he
that.
had an image.
Okay,
Shit. Right, y'all go ahead and be nice all you want.
got you, kid.
I ain't even gonna cap.
Okay,
Yeah, shit.
All kids are cute in their own way.
Yeah, alright.
All kids are cute in their own
maybe
way.
they have like a
These motherfuckers really be their daddy sons, bro.
You know, they have great baby clothes on them. The baby shoes look nice.
That motherfucker be fly as hell, looking face be fucked up. I ain't gonna cap.
You know?
Yeah, you know your baby ugly.
You know your baby ugly.
You know your
but you
baby
don't.
ugly,
That's
bro.
what people say. If you don't,
Nah. You know when your baby ugly,
You know,
bro.
if your baby ugly, they gonna
Shit.
compliment
Everything else but the baby.
Some people don't know they ugly. They be ugly with an
That's what I'm
attitude.
trying to
like,
say.
Like,
arrogant.
you're not even.
No,
Why
but
do
you
you have
have a
an
certain amount of
attitude?
makeup. Nobody's ugly anymore.
Whoa.
Think about it.
Facts.
I be
Oh, and
watching
that's
bitches change their whole nose shape. I wish they could show me because I be wondering like.
I be watching those videos
Me
too.
too. I be
ain't
like
gonna lie, I be
contouring. They be
damn.
changing their cheekbones. Like bitches be having fat cheeks and then all of a sudden it's like I don't know what the fuck they did or they be changing their foreheads or wherever the fuck
crazy.
like. It's art though, like you know what I'm saying. Like when you think about that shit, that's like art. Like you can't just.
But you gotta wake up with the person. You gotta wake up next to them in the morning and they don't look
Some
like they
people
look
do,
when y'all went.
But
Look,
some people don't.
I don't get to put makeup on and go to the club and look like Trey Songz. I don't get to do that. So I don't think you should be able to do that either. We talking, y'all want to talk equality. The playing field is not fair at all. I take a bitch home thinking I'm taking home Megan Good, motherfucking. I wake up with something else. I wake up with Keisha from the West Side. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Girl, I just had.
Why my hair longer than yours?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my god. Okay, this is another one.
Yeah, it's my last two too. I think get some more of them.
Oh, you like? Oh yeah, that's actually good.
Sponsored by Pacifico.
Difficult.
Sponsored by
That. See, he be putting me on a new game, man. I don't. Yeah,
This nigga
for
don't
sure.
get drunk, bro.
That's some fire shit.
So how do y'all feel about Facebook? It said something about Facebook is using our like personal information to have the police like prosecute.
They've been doing that.
Yeah, but I guess now they telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? Now they actually saying when you fill out like there are like certain shit that you can't even do without having Facebook.
Yeah, you can't even get a job. Some
places you have to have some social media thing. Because I don't know all the details, but I know that like you have to have Facebook so that you can connect it to this thing, or it won't even let you have that one thing. Because I think that's why I really had a Facebook from the beginning, because I never really used it. Yeah. But I was trying to get into something I was trying to do, and it was like you have to do it through Facebook. So I got Facebook, and then it linked it somehow, whatever. But now they're saying that like whatever information you put on Facebook, that I mean, if you snitch on yourself, you know. Day one, I did this, or I did stop, whatever. On Facebook, because Facebook and Instagram are the same people. It's a guy. He does own.
Right, he owns both.
He both, yeah.
But they not connected. They only connected through your account. So somebody that's on Facebook can't see your Instagram shit unless you allow it.
That's true, but what I'm saying is that they're not saying they're going to use Instagram information. They're specifically saying because the information you put on Facebook is different than Instagram. Like how you even do your sign up process or whatever. You could put your phone number. I mean, I guess you could do that. Whatever the thing is, but they're just saying, like, so how do you feel about to prosecute me? Like, to use my information that I didn't give them directly, basically.
I mean, for years, I mean, you can date back decades. I mean, any way that the government or powers to be can just kind of keep track of people, they're gonna do it. They're gonna take
because when you Google like, I want a sofa. There's 50 sofas on Facebook.
Yeah. They own that. They own that shit because it's like so many people claiming to be rich, right?
Yeah.
So the government want to control money. Mm-hmm. So y'all all rich. We gonna watch y'all. Like the government probably created the word cap because they know like we done researched you, big boy, like
Yeah, but that's why people need to tell them niggas that be posting their money. A nigga is in prison right now because he used the shit he robbed a nigga on and shit. Like how you rob a nigga and then you put it on Facebook and they use the same. I think they looked at the money. Something on the money, the serial number.
Yeah, it's the same serial number on the money from what was stolen from the bank. They keep all the information.
Zoomed in and everything.
Oh.
I saw it swinging, but I ain't nothing of it.
They got that joint though. That was some good reflexes.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, this homeboy's in jail right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, I mean, I guess they've been doing it. I just think now they're like being truthful.
Yeah, and I think they look.
No sir. No sir. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
When it comes to money leaving one person's hands to another person's hands, they want to do whatever. They gotta know.
Where it was going.
Uncle Sam has always been like that. Even like I one of my things is fantasy sports, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been doing fantasy sports for about the last 3 years. Last year, I actually received a tax document in my email.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, what is this? I'm like, they don't want me to win nothing. So it's crazy on every aspect. Any type of money. You see what they did, I believe, sometime last year, or maybe a little bit before last year, with all the PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, they got new tax,
Yeah, but that shit is bullshit. So talking about if you got more than $600 coming to you.
Right.
That shit's a tax, right? Nigga, what are you talking about? But that's why we gotta vote So what y'all think about that? Because the thing is, like, right now, we gotta vote, for Stacey Abrams, but y'all choose whatever you want to choose. But like for me,
I'm going with Kemp. He gave me $350.
This nigga funny as hell.
Bro, let's talk about that.
Give me shit, bro.
Money in my pocket.
Still got the money. I didn't even use it yet.
I ain't get
it.
I ain't get it. She got it though.
First of all,
Nigga said I made too much money.
First of all, look at this. This is what I'm saying.
I'll never
right?
get no stimuluses.
Isn't that sad though? Like that's how little he thinks of this certain community that he's like, oh, let me give them $350 right before they're voting. And they're gonna like be dumb as fuck and give them money that they can't really use other than how they want us to use it, how they monitor it, because you can't even turn it into anything but how they want you to pay for it. You can only use it for this, and the others, all these stipulations. But he doesn't. The thing that pisses me off just in this community, it's not even in this community, it's just the fact that he bluntly just said these people are going to take this little chump change that they're going to spend on one item, right? And that's going to make them vote for me. That's sad to me. It's sad that that's how little he thinks that we are as a people, or just whoever not even the minority, just the people he thinks is poor, not just in his position that we were in. Because the thing that makes me mad is like nobody is like, right, like you don't know how many people. It was like people are like, oh, he kept. Well, look at the fact of what Stacey Abrams is trying to do, because right now he is making it so that if you have an abortion and you have an Uber driver who took you to your abortion appointment, he's getting prosecuted. If you have a miscarriage, which that happens, y'all are men, which you may not know too deep into it, but like if you have a miscarriage, that's not something that happens. It just happens. It's not something you do to yourself. Your body sometimes just cannot carry full term, and you have miscarriage. He's saying that needs to get looked at, like investigated, to see did this woman do something to herself, did that kid die. Like he's trying to monitor our bodies and how much form he can have it, but nobody, like people, like not saying nobody's looking at it, but it's bothering me because what Stacey Abrams is trying to do is make Georgia is the worst place to live in, apparently, like, which we live here, so we mind our business and we do what we gotta do and we work hard. But other states, they have more benefits, they have more assistance, they have more help. Every turn we take, we're being blocked because there's a man that's bluntly racist. There's nothing beyond this man, only goes for people who look like him, are in the same tax bracket as him, and he's best friends with the motherfucker that's doing all these things. But like what bothers me is we're in 2022 and they have choices they're making for us, for women especially. You know what I'm saying? And it's like as little as he thinks of this group of people in general, and it's the stuff he says. Like, why is there more voting polls in areas that people he knows going to vote for him than there is not? You know what I'm saying? He said y'all can bring out snacks. Like, he literally made a law where you can't give snacks out to people at the polls. For what reason? Mm-hmm. What is that reason for? You know what I'm saying? Because he's seeing that we actually, but I wish that I hope that we can all get together and have one goal where we understand, like, if this man wins, we're going to be more fucked than we ever have, because he has more options now, because the state has given them more they've given them more, like, more ways to make shit fucked up. Like, they have the more, just right now with this, abortion bill, that's getting worse. Healthcare, that's getting worse. Like, there are things that people are not looking into because they're worried about $350. $350 is not even money. It's like getting food stamps one time.
I think one of the biggest things that I've seen, I think when they had the All-Star game here in Atlanta during when COVID was at its peak, right? And what was her name? The mayor at the time, Keisha Bottoms, and she was pleading with the governor, Kemp, like, hey, this might not be the best option, knowing that Georgia is surging with COVID cases and stuff of that nature. Kemp turned around and sued the city of Atlanta for saying, hey, y'all can't tell me what to do. We're not about to. No, we need to bring more stuff to the city or whatnot. And right now, I think his campaign that's on commercials now is basically saying, hey, we were the first one to open up. Like, of course you was. That's why we had so many COVID cases. You're right. Georgia was the first state to open when New York, all these other major cities were still locked down. And then guess what happened? Everything just surged up, So it's a little irresponsible.
And then it's another thing that people don't know is every state was given money to help their people. Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at the guy from California, I wish I could live in California, because that man is every turn. This man is supporting, helping, doing what he needs to do. But every state was given a portion of money to help their people. He didn't do that. Did any of y'all get money from Kemp during this whole No, because you got money from Trump, they got money from Biden, but every state is supposed to give in money because they were given $1.something million to help the states because of COVID. He didn't give the money out. So this little money that he's passing out right now is most likely the money he was supposed to give, held it back and giving it out now.
And it's short.
And it's short, nigga, and it ain't real money.
We got the lowest amount out of any.
We got the lowest amount of anybody. Folks are getting $1,000, $2,000, whatever, or either per kid or per or whatever. But we got the lowest amount of money. And it's just like, and they're trying to tax it. They're going to give us a form, like you're talking about for you. They're going to give us a little form for that.
Yeah.
Talking about you got $350 for this or...
You got to pay it back.
You got to pay it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, but the problem I feel like with this situation is, one, he won by a rig in general. Like the first time he won, I will never forget because they were finding things that didn't work or the poll, however you do the little poll things.
Well, he was a part of a
They was rigging. They was
it.
rigging machines.
Yeah, but he ran it because he was the head of the committee that
So
was
I
doing
said,
it.
why would he even be eligible to even run if that's something that he's over?
Wasn't proven in court.
Wow.
These are allegations.
Yeah,
Just like they can't prove that Trump is the cause.
They still doing it.
They still doing it. They said he has to show paper by November.
One of his lawyers or his aides or one of them that was involved with it, they just prosecuted him, sent him to jail because he didn't want to cooperate. And if you don't want to cooperate, they just prosecute you.
Mm-hmm.
So they lock him up.
Yeah, but do y'all see how it's funny how you have to do certain things? I mean, the way they like put Stacey Abrams in this light, it just blows my mind. Like when I see the ad and how they do her, I'd be like, why? Like the way they have her dressed on some of them, or how they
It's easy for them.
on
It's
her.
easy for them to do that to a black woman.
Yes,
Way
like,
easy for them to do that to a black woman.
They're like, oh, this liberal, she just feels like this is the case, or she is for women's this. Sir, like, why do you care? You're gonna be
Why
dead.
wouldn't she be for women's
Like,
rights? She's a woman.
Well, I'm just saying, the problem I have with this whole
Exactly.
Congress, Senate, is they're 80 years old. They're going to be dead before they show the laws they want to put in, show. They're going to be dead. So I want to understand why that's even a thing. Like, why? Because I don't know about this part. But you know how a president can only have 2 terms. Or if you're a governor, you can only have whatever.
Yeah.
Why is it not for a Senate and Congress? So they get to be there until
That's
they're
the
dead.
finesse.
That is a finesse because they're never going to change their mind.
Right, they understand the mission. They got a mission. They don't care if they gonna be dead. They gonna give it to their kids, their family.
Exactly.
Because that's
it's
what they
an
were.
agenda that has to go on for X amount of years. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they did say that, like, what is it?
It's all pre-planned.
Pence?
Yeah.
What's the vice president of Trump?
Mike Pence.
Okay, Mike Pence. He said something about how next year it's going to be majority pro-lifers in the Senate, in the House, and so we can make these choices. It's like, so
How did he know that?
how do you know that?
Because it's already been put on
already
the table.
been
The
done.
people that they want put in there have already been. Everybody's already basically casted their vote before voting day.
You got to, because
And it's
Herschel
already
Walker,
been
his
done.
brain is like not even.
Can I say something about Herschel Walker? Herschel Walker is the Republican Party's joke to us, to everybody else.
Yeah.
At least the Georgia's Republican Party's joke. They knew that they were not going to win against Warnock. They already knew. So why would they put up one of their actual good candidates and waste their money for that? But and let's actually put this little bit of money behind this person we know ain't gonna for a fact.
Because he's slow.
The dude is fucking slow. Have you seen? There's no way impossible that they. Because you have to look at him, and there's no way impossible. All of these fucking white people looked at him and said, "Yeah, that's the one."
Like
There's no way.
No, but that's why I'm going back to the fact that we think it's a joke.
Hatred triumphs against rationality.
But he's winning
So
right now.
that's the mentality. Some you know.
Herschel Walker's in the lead, which is crazy. It's amazing.
But it tells you what we just said.
But you know-
It
but
has
his ass is
gymnastics.
crazy.
But that's
that's
part of what I was getting to. They knew that these white folks gonna sit there and look at these 2 black men. These are your only 2 choices. These 2 black men right here. Which black man are we gonna choose? The one that the athlete, and the one that clearly don't like his own fucking people, or a black man that actually trying to do something for his people.
Why would we pick the one
Why are we gonna pick the we gonna pick the reverend, or we gonna pick the
The
Heisman
one
Trophy
whose
winner?
brain is air.
What do
You
we-
can put whatever in it. They'll fit.
It's an easy question for a lot of these white folks.
They
Real
banking on us
easy.
not-
And they know the right answer, but once again, their hatred and envy is going to triumph against their rationale.
Exactly, and that's why I said that they put Herschel Walker there for a position. They're not gonna put this. They could have chose anybody else, but they said Warnock is gonna win against any of these other white dudes we put up there. So let's make the choice hard.
Right.
Let's put two black dudes,
some
two
people
polar
are gonna
opposite
vote
black
for him.
dudes up here, because and so these white people have basically no choice but to vote for a black person if they don't want to. They're gonna choose the dumbest choice possible. They're not gonna choose the black person that's gonna help everybody, just the black person that's only gonna help them.
And that's what's sad to me, because Herschel Walker, I mean not Herschel Walker, but Warnock, he's actually trying to help both groups of people, because he's actually went with another, like I think Alabama's fucking governor or whatever, and he's trying to make a change for something like when it comes to the farming, or I don't know too much about it, but like he's trying to make a difference for everybody. Meanwhile here, because when we watched the debate, it was embarrassing. Like
I'd have been insulted if I was
so
Raphael Warnock. That y'all put me on this stage next to. Are you serious? You hear what he's coming out his mouth? And you can see on his face, he had to literally like.
It was the badge for me.
He had to dumb his shit. You can see Raphael. He had to lower his intellect down when he was debating this man.
Because it wouldn't have been no debate. It would have been like.
Man, he still didn't even understand what
it would be like birds chirping every time it was his turn to talk. But this is what killed me. It was at one point when they were like questioning him about his police badge. This nigga pulled out a fake badge. Like audacity on national television.
Boy pulled out a cereal box bag.
Bro, the one we would get for Halloween when you played police officer. Like, this dude was so confident. He said, "This is actually my badge."
Technically what he had is an honorary deputy badge. Now, yes, he did get that from the Cobb County Police Department, an honorary badge, but it doesn't do anything. You're not a police officer. It's just an honorary basically it's the police officer, the police department giving you something to show their thanks for your support. So they give honorary badges to rich people and celebrities and people that donate to the police department. Wow. And that's why he has that. That doesn't mean he's not a police officer.
Yeah,
he hasn't sworn in. He's not
to
anything.
the police
He literally
station
just has a
and
badge that say I donate money to the police department.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's so many.
It says sheriff's honorary deputy. That's it.
Yeah, but now he looks like. But that's what I'm saying though. They still would not see that.
He knows that, but he's such he knows that, but he's such a fucking idiot that he truly believes. He got CTE, bro. He truly believes that he's a fucking police officer. I'm telling you. Wow. He been hit in the head so many fucking times. That man truly believes that he's an actual police officer.
But another thing that's bothering me is this man apparently is abusive to his kids and his wife, his ex-wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad Street. Richie. Yeah, that's